Anyways, so what's going on?
Well, so I'm a sophomore at Fordham University.
Oh, cool. I'm speaking at Fordham next month.
So, but I live in like outside Boston, so I was like starting to look for like internships and stuff for the summer. But like there's not a ton in Boston, like that's like specific to like fashion and stuff, because I'm majoring in communications and then minoring in fashion.
Okay.
So I'm not exactly sure what I wanted to do in communication. So like that's why I kind of wanted to start getting
Yeah.
internships so I could like figure out like the different kind of realms of it, I guess.
Okay. And then when you say you live outside of Boston, are you saying that you're not going to be in New York this summer?
No, that's the
Okay.
idea.
Totally fine. You're
Okay.
actually like really lucky because Boston is killing it right now.
Okay.
Can you pull up your resume by chance?
Yeah. So share screen.
Just like some background. It can get really frustrating because like I know you and a lot of people want like fashion experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like it's directly transferable and it of course is going to look a little bit better on your resume and whatever, but the goal is just thinking, and I think this is where your mind is at, like what types of experience regardless of industry is still going to be useful to me and help me determine or even get an internship that is exactly what I'm hoping, I think I'm wanting to do. Because who knows? What year are you? You're a sophomore?
Yeah.
Girl, who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows? I thought I wanted to do so many things and I'm 35 and I'm still like, woo, 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 woo. So don't, I think you have a good mindset and like, this is you trying and you just have to trust me. You have to be open-minded.
Okay.
I know, but I swear to you, it'll pay off. It'll be worth it. You'll get good experience.
So another thing with my resume is that basically all the experience I have is just like high school jobs. So it's like, I don't have any actual experience. It's all like, I mean, I guess I do have retail work, which I guess is like,
fantastic.
That's where I worked for basically all throughout high school. So I think I kind of tried to make it as applicable to communications and fashion as possible.
Oh my gosh, someone pays attention to me.
I do.
Your resume is gorgeous, but did you make this on Canva?
I did.
Yeah, I'm like highlighting it because I feel like you did. You have to be really careful because there's these things called ATS, applicant tracking systems, especially for bigger companies that I'm assuming you will apply to, because in Boston and in New York, of course, and anywhere, when you have to like upload your resume into their back end, what it does is it like scans the whole thing and it inputs it into their system. And it's twofold in that on one hand, they'll have you go through and like retype everything. But if you're not diligent about retyping everything correctly and as thoroughly, because we're all human and even I get lazy filling those things out, and you're just like, well, they have the copy of my resume anyways. It actually doesn't save this copy. It just
pulls the information.
It pulls the information. So it might not be able to pull the information. So then you actually don't even truly apply because it's not saving everything. So I would highly suggest you take this and put it into a like regular Word document PDF because it can read that.
Okay, so if they put it into Word and then convert it.
Well, if you have it in Word, save the Word version and save the PDF version. But when you actually upload it, if it lets you upload it as a document, like .doc, use that. You will notice the difference in it actually like parsing out and filling in correctly. It's way more accurate. It's crazy.
Awesome. Thank you.
No, it's one thing that so many people, like I say it all the time and maybe 50% do it. But if you're just sending this as like an attachment, fine. But I also always like to say, like, I think this is pretty. but you don't know if someone else hates the color teal or yellow. And in fashion, people are visual, they're creative, and they have visual points of view. Like, don't give them even like a second to make some sort of judgment on you as a person because of the colors, the formats, the whatever you put on your resume. It's just so much, it's just safer to like have a boring, plain black and white resume. And this is something I've also been saying for a while. And I feel very gratified because I think last week or the week before, Harvard released an image of what the most successful, impactful resume looks like. Mm-hmm. And it was completely black and white and looked exactly like my template.
Really? That's awesome.
I was so happy because I get so much flack about this because I get it. You guys are creative and like.
Yeah, that's what, like I went to like a panel the other day.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
And they were like, yeah, like you should have like 2 different resumes, like one like completely basic and then one more creative one, like depending on the job that you're applying to and stuff. So
that's the thing. It's you making the judgment for the job.
Okay.
But you're not the person doing the hiring. So what you think might be right might be wrong.
That is true.
So like, for example, I pretty much only wear black, white, and red. Like, I know that sounds crazy. Even the fact that I wear red and white is crazy. For a while, I only wore black. If someone were to send me like a tie-dye colored resume, I would have a hard time getting past that before getting to the content. And if there's one thing that's weird about the content to me, well,
already off.
You know? So like, don't even give them the moment. And I know people say that, but it's like, also it comes down to how these applicant tracking systems work. The colorful resumes with the images and like the special fonts, like they're not easily read.
Okay.
So like your font might not be in their system. So then it's just like a little, it's just, you know, it is what it is. But to their point, like if you're applying to like a more colorful, happy brand, I could see how this would be fine. But if you were to send this to like Rick Owens or like Dior, they would be like, no, not our person.
Yeah.
And they don't know that. You could be totally their person.
Yeah. So that template that you said that you had a template, is that something that you?
I will give it to you. I only give it to clients. So I'll give it to you. And it's on my on-demand course, but like I'll send it to you and you're going to be traumatized. I am warning you.
Okay.
But I will swear to you, my personal resume uses this template. And I'm pretty sure it's gotten me far. I've had this template. I've been using it since college. You essentially have done it. Bullet out what you're saying. So manage schedule of guests is one. Effectively communicated with guests is another. Worked on is one. Redesigned is one. Like you've essentially done that. It's just missing the actual bullet.
Okay.
Because you want this to be easily read and digested.
That was I was like worried about when I like kept like looking at it, that I felt like it looked like there was just like a lot on
of words. You will be shocked by how much this little dot's going to hook you up. Okay. So, okay. In terms of your search, because that's in reality, your resume needs to be structured towards what you're looking for.
Yes.
There's actually a decent amount of businesses in Boston because listen, they're not going to be like super fashion.
Yeah.
But there's lots of college apparel brands based in Boston. Okay. There's lots of really cool startups based in Boston. So you're just going to have to pull your mind away from this idea that it's going to be an internship with Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
One that I was interested in, I'm not sure if you've heard of it, on the Rue Gilt Group.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so they have headquarters in Boston, but as of right now, only their spring intern like application is posted. So, but I found that they do have a summer program. So I wasn't sure, should I reach out now about their summer program or should I wait for them to post the application? Okay.
Reach out now. How was the format of the application? Is it through their website?
I think I had seen it on like, it wasn't their like direct website. It was on like Handshake or Glassdoor or something like that.
Okay, so you apply through Glassdoor.
I think so. That's like what it looked like for like it was listed as like spring 2020. So
Okay, and did you see the date of when it was posted?
it said like it was like fairly recently. Like it was like they posted
Wow, for an immediate
that's why
start?
I was confused because like I went to go like look at it and everything, and then I saw that it said spring, but I was like, why was it just posted?
There is a bit of a chance that they are human and screwed up and posted their summer internship and forgot to change it.
Okay, I'll go back and look at it then.
But the thing is, I think it's like a typo.
Yeah.
Because they're such a huge corporate company.
Exactly.
They do recruitment seasons. So there is a chance. However, this is what I would do if I were you.
Okay.
I would apply, and in your lovely cover letter, make sure that you specifically address that you know and see that this is listed as a spring internship. Like, make sure that you like say that verbatim, because what I see a lot of kids do is they get excited and they want to work for a company and a brand, which is a good like sentiment to have. And that's what we want from you guys. We want this desire to work specifically with our brand, right? Yeah. However, they don't say like, hey, I know that I'm applying to an old listing, or I know that I do not meet the criteria of X, being a spring 20 intern. However, I am incredibly excited and motivated by the idea of like working for you guys. So I just wanted to get ahead of it and see if I could connect with someone about summer opportunities. Okay. The biggest misstep here is not saying that you realize that you are not available for what they're asking.
Yeah.
Because it makes you look messy.
True. Okay.
It's like, this girl didn't even read that this isn't a summer internship. So like, just specifically call that out. There's a chance that they'll still be like, garbage, this is not useful to me right now, but at least you tried. And the other thing that could happen is they'll reach out to you and say, thanks so much. Can you resubmit an application to me in this amount of time? And then you have your email address to follow up. So alternatively, get a little stalker, go on LinkedIn, make sure that your LinkedIn matches your resume. Okay. And I'm not saying that you need to start stalking this woman or man on the internets, but a little light stalking never hurt anyone. See if you can find the HR person, but don't stop at the moment you find the HR person who's like broadly HR. Make sure that this person ideally is dealing with intern recruitment. A lot of them actually write that because they use, like, LinkedIn is an HR tool. Okay. This is what they use it for, recruitment. So it's different to contact someone in HR on LinkedIn than it is to contact like a PR director or a design director, because a design director and a PR director, their job function isn't to recruit people for careers.
Yeah, they don't have much.
Yeah. Whereas an HR person, they literally live and breathe LinkedIn, because their job and what they get paid to do is to find people like you. Okay. So never feel weird about like reaching out to HR people on LinkedIn. This is exactly why the tool exists. Like we have a recruiter at my current job, and she literally has like that crazy package that gives you like access to everyone on LinkedIn. And she has like special search tools. She loves it when people reach out to her directly, because that's her job. So find the people that that are potentially recruiting for this role that you're interested in, and ask them, be like, I saw this on Handshake, on whatever, and it said that it was for spring, whatever. Like, however, I am currently like looking for summer. I wasn't sure that if it was because it was posted a bit late, maybe that, that you're open to kids starting later. I don't know. You know what I mean? Exactly. So, reach out to them there. And then also sometimes they list their email addresses, and then you can just email them directly.
Okay, perfect.
But in terms of like resume content,
yeah,
you need to first find the opportunity and then use that like job description to tie it back. Okay. So like, what did you do at Lucky or Adidas that you could do at this other opportunity? Gotcha. So, I always say use it as a guide, because basically what you want happening is, oh, we need someone who does this, and she did that. Cool. And, it might come down to like, you're going to do inventory. You probably did inventory at Adidas or at Lucky. You just don't specifically use the word inventory. So if they write that on the listing, make sure that you explicitly write inventory. You have a lot of merchandising experience here. Like, that could also be a thing for you. Like, if they're saying that you need to like do sample polls, or, you're gonna do like some celebrity styling stuff, because communications does have that, you would pull those nuggets and say like, I dress mannequins, which you say. Yeah. That's incredibly useful. So no, while you didn't have a fashion internship, you worked with a fashion brand, and retail's very, very useful. I'm very happy to see that this is on your resume, because a lot of people don't do this. And then, you scroll down and you have fashion for philanthropy, which shows your explicit interest in fashion. And then Fordham Marketing Association, which shows your explicit interest in the communications field. Okay. So in terms of that, your resume looks great. I would, however, when you're applying to Boston stuff for location, change that. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, it looks good. I also feel like you probably have way more skills than what you're listing here.
I wasn't sure what, like, is that supposed to, like, when it says skills, like, are they looking for like solely technical skills like what I have there, or like, I don't know, like what else I would put under there?
So I would like go a bit broader than Mac and PC. I would write Excel, Word, Illustrator, like specifics. And then Adobe Photoshop's another great one. Do you know how to use Canva? Yes. Okay. The Canva on there. Do you know how to use, like TikTok is a big one right now that they, as a marketer and as a communicator, social media is super important. I have a TikTok for my dog. I solely got it so I know how to use it. Okay. Because we don't use TikTok at work at all, but as a communications professional, I need to know how to use these things. Yeah. My age and my desire to directly be posting on that platform means nothing. It doesn't matter that I don't want to be on TikTok. I need to understand how to use TikTok. So I would put Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all the talks, like whatever. Don't put like, I played the trombone or I love shopping. That's where people go super wrong. Gotcha. But they do forget easy ones like Canva.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought to put that on there.
Yeah, it's like all these little tools are really important. Like, do you use any scheduling software for Instagram stuff? Like, do you know how to use Planoly? Or have you used Slack for like any capacity? Like, probably not, but if you have, fantastic. It's like all these like other different things that are actually super useful. Okay. But also I think your search is what's going to be super important, because it's great that you found one, but one isn't enough.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know that.
Granted, it's going to be less competitive, but you also have to consider they probably won't have as intensive a need for interns, meaning they probably are only going to hire one or two. So like, while it might seem less competitive, it isn't.
Yeah, because it kind of balances out.
Yeah. So making sure that when you search, you're going to have to do a lot of Googling and stalking, like on literally apparel brand Boston, PR firms Boston. You know what there's a lot of that you should totally look into? Interestingly, Boston is the market where all college marketing firms, like the biggest ones, are based in Boston.
Okay.
So again, not necessarily perfect.
Yeah.
But they work with all of the brands to make ambassador programs at schools. So like Bumble, Victoria's Secret, Adidas, Nike, they all hire these firms to create those college ambassador programs.
Okay.
So looking into one of those college marketing firms could be really, really cool. Mm-hmm. And get you like relatable experience, because then what's going to happen, Lauren, is when you come back, you're then going to take this experience you got in Boston in the summer and then reframe it to be relevant to a fashion internship.
So another thing that I wanted to ask you about briefly was, I know Bridal Week is coming up in New York in April. And so I wanted to ask you about like reaching out to companies for that. Like, are they going to be posting like internships, or should I like just like directly reach out to them, be like, I'm in New York, like for these days, is there anything that you can like offer me?
Yeah, like a week-long internship of sorts.
Yeah, like just like help me, like during the show.
That's really popular during Fashion Week because a PR agency will have like 15 clients doing shows, and they need more staff than they have, because they have 2 shows, 3 shows a day, you know? With Bridal Week, it's significantly pared back. And while I think this is an excellent idea and I completely encourage you chasing it for a little bit, it's not going to be as common, because chances are you'd be directly reaching out to a bridal brand and they're only going to have one show, and the show is like, it's significantly bridal. I actually used to do bridal, so like very close to my heart. It's just so much more civilized. It's like not as stressful and crazy.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. So try it, but I don't want you to get disheartened, because it's not as common. But I think you're clearly like on the right path. I mean, the fact that you're even thinking of that as an option, like, makes my heart sing. But I will say something I always like to consider the effort you're about to put into doing that. Consider how much you will get out of that, and make sure that the two make sense. So I don't want you to go psycho and spend 30 hours and then like blow off writing a paper or like hanging out with your friends because you just chased 15 brands to like whatever. What I can do for you is I will email my old client for you, and I will see if they need help.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll do that for you. I'll email them and see, because they have a very chic show and I'm sure they can use some help. And I don't think they're working with the PR firm right now. So I will do that for you and send you the template. But great idea. What I would also say is ask if you can also help with market week.
Okay.
That's more sales, but it elongates the opportunity.
Okay.
Because it's after. Do you know what market week is?
No.
So market week is when all those people who are actually supposed to go to fashion shows, like the buyers, the people who shows are actually for, believe it or not, they then take appointments to see the collection closer, like more closely, pardon. And so they'll come into the showrooms for a week. All these different stores come look at the collections on a model and be like, oh, I loved look 7. Can you do that with a train?
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
And so I once did an internship like that many moons ago. It's super physical. Like all you're doing is like getting clothes or getting gowns and bringing them back and forth, but it's experience.
Yeah.
So that just kind of elongates it more.
Yeah, that makes sense. That would definitely be good.
For sure. Time is almost up. Is there anything else?
I don't think so. I think we were able to cover everything that I had right away that I wanted to ask about. This was
awesome. Okay, so I'm going to send you the template now.
Yes.
Then you will get that done. You will send me your new resume. I will send it to my client, and then you please use that template. Moving on.
Awesome.
Promise me.
I will. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for everything, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Definitely.
All right.
See you in a few weeks when you're here.
Yay! Yes, yes, yes. I can't wait. Come say hi.
Definitely.
Cool. Talk soon.
Have a nice
Bye.
day. Bye.